Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
You know, this, I guess first I gotta say, I don't condone violence. The situation could have been handled in a much, much better fashion. But you know what? It's 2022. You don't get to see a lot of shit like this these days. And on top of that, the internet as it stands today just feeds off of this kind of stuff. I tell you what, the memes, we do it for the memes, okay? Now, obviously, you guys know I'm talking about Will Smith powdering up his hand. Well, he didn't actually powder up his hand, but you know, and giving it to Chris Rock. Now, you know, I'm not even going to get into who's right, who's wrong, you know, whatever. I said what I said at the beginning. That's how I feel about that, okay? You can have whatever opinion you want. A lot of people have mixed opinions about it. The internet was set ablaze in more ways than one. And what we're going to do is actually just analyze the slap itself, because it's actually, I think, pretty good for form. And you know what? We'll get into it. This is the 5-minute fix. All right, now we are at the point in which right before Will Smith goes up and hits Chris Rock. He's walked up onto the stage, and actually, you know what? Before we even get there, let's go back a little bit. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay. Now, here's the thing. This is the real question here, okay? So, Chris Rock at this point tells the G.I. Jane joke, okay? And you can go and watch the video. I'll put a link in the description. I just doing my best to not get this video flagged. So he tells the G.I. Jane joke. All right, look at this. Jada, she's like, oh, you motherfucker. This guy laughing. He's like, oh, shit, she's right there. I can't really tell what she's thinking about. This young lady is enjoying it. This young lady's enjoying it. But Will, look at this man's face. He's like, hell yeah, that's a funny ass joke. Like, he is loving it. He's like, that's hilarious. Look at him. And then you see Jada's face go sour. This lady right here, she's going to have some great facial expressions in a second. But Jada's face goes sour. She turns. She gives a little side eye. She ain't happy. All right, Will's still smiling. Does she look at Will as she turns her head? I don't really think so. But so in between that time and before he starts to walk on stage, Jada must have made eye contact. She must have said something to him. That's the stuff that I want. I want to know what was said. What made him decide that it was not funny anymore and that he had to do something to prove to his wife that he ain't a little bitch? Because quite frankly, that's what it comes down to. All right. So I bet you this is what I'm thinking. You know, the crowd starts going like, oh, but, he's like, what? That was an easy one. And then he's looking at him. And that's where he's just like, it's just a joke. That was an easy one. So I'm thinking this is about the time where you could see Will Smith's face change. Where he's probably like, oh, this isn't funny anymore. Okay. Now, as we skip forward here, you know, Will comes up on stage. All right. Now let's see. He stops right here. Okay. So he's right there. Let's take a look at the distance between them. So I'd say there's about 3 to 4 feet distance between them. Chris Rock has got a slight forward lean. He must be thinking, what the hell is this man about to do right now? Maybe he's thinking he's going to whisper something in his ear, just, tell him to F off or what have you. As you can see, Will hasn't even planted his right foot yet, which is interesting. That means he leaned into it a little bit. So as he plants his foot, he brings the arm up, as you can see. Ooh. Oh, now Chris Rock, what's coming. He's still got himself a little forward lean. I like how Will's left arm, he kind of uses it to get some torque as he's get some torque on the slap. Okay. Now, and then another thing, full open hand slap. Okay. And boom, just connects the connection. And it's like, oh, it's the perfect form slap. Some people are, maybe judging Will for the slap, but when you think about form slapping, I feel like this is a great display of how to slap. Now, again, I'm not going to say go and slap people. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm doing is just analyzing this situation from last night, Sunday, March 27th, the year 2022. That is just around the world. The slap heard around the world. It's probably going to be the title for this video. And, now, look at this. The follow through and everything. I can't get over how good of a slap this is. Okay, I'm sorry, but this is like, I'm watching a lot of combat sports. You're not allowed to slap, but this is, this is how it would be done. This right here is how it would be done. Okay, now what I want to first go over. Okay, look again, the perfect follow through. Look at his feet, just amazing. Now, Chris Rock, hard chin, hard chin. Didn't fall. He was like, what the he looked at him like, what the and you could tell he thought about, the resolution on this isn't the best, but he kind of looks like he's ready to clench his fist. He might be ready to do something. And then he thought he remembered. He's like, I'm on the Oscar stage. All right, I am going to just chill here. And he's like, wow, did that just happen? Did that just happen? Oh my goodness, did that just happen? So first things first, shout out to Chris Rock for keeping his composure and then telling a joke after. Okay? Like straight up. Shout out to Chris Rock because there's a reasonable size difference there. Chris Rock, I'm not gonna say he's a frail guy, but he's not the most built person. We all know Will Smith. He was on that health fitness journey as of late. Look at this motherfucking grin on his face. He's like, yeah, I just did that. I'm about to get that ass tonight. I just did that. So props to Chris Rock for keeping it together. I think his bow tie barely got crooked. You know what I'm saying? And also, now this is one thing that I've seen, people have said in a few places, but I haven't seen stressed enough. Working in a bar, I used to work in a bar. I've seen people get punched or get slapped, lose consciousness, and then hit their head. And that's where things get dangerous. So, I know it seems like I'm making complete light of the situation, but there is a very serious element to this where Chris Rock could have been seriously injured, But again, I'm not here to talk about the ramifications. I'm just saying, I had to throw that little 2 cents in so people don't think I'm a fucking maniac. So we've analyzed the slap. Chris Rock, he, kept his composure. He's all good. And this is where he says, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. And here, I'll play this next couple of seconds. And this is where a lot of people didn't see this part because it was censored on TV. Wow. And look at this lady. She's like, oh snap. We're getting ready to go here. Oh damn. she is just enjoying herself. This lady's enjoying herself. The crowd's enjoying themselves. Like, oh, and now she's just like, uh-oh, shit's getting real.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
My wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Woo! And that's when she's like, okay, this is not a joke anymore. This is not a joke anymore. So, like I said, props to Chris Rock for keeping his composure. He then says, this is the greatest night on television ever, or something like that. Yeah. So, Chris Rock, as if you've been following the situation today at all, he has decided not to press charges whatsoever. He's not pressing charges. So, good for him. In a sense that he's you know what? Never mind. Good for him for not pressing charges for whatever his personal reasons may be. Okay. Yeah. Wild one today. Analyzing the slap. That's your 5-minute fix.